Welcome to Unit 4 of the final review. Number 1, we're trying to find the slope of a line that passes through 2 points. So here's the slope formula, which is simply the rise over the run. So we'll label our coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2, and substitute those 4 values into the equation. So at the top we get 11 minus negative 1. On the bottom we get negative 5 minus 4, which gives us 12 over negative 9. So we know that 3 goes into both 12 and 9 evenly. So we'll use that property reduce, and we get negative 4/3. If you're having problems simplifying fractions, recall you can just type in the original fraction in the calculator. You push enter. And then to change that to a fraction, you push the math key, which is above or right below alpha. Push enter twice, and you see that it's negative 4/3. Okay, number 2, I want you to find the slope and the y-intercept of the given equation. The easiest way to identify the slope and the y-intercept is to get it in slope-intercept form, or at least solve for y. So to solve for y, I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. I get negative 7y equals 21 minus 5x. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 7. So we get y equals 21 divided by negative 7 is negative 3. We see these are both negative, so that's going to give you a positive slope. We can't reduce 5 over 7, so we'll write plus 5/7x. So the slope is equal to 5/7, and the y-intercept occurs at 0, negative 3. Okay, number 3, find the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Slope negative 3 goes to the point 5, negative 2. So what I'm writing down now is point-slope form. And this is going to help us get the equation into slope-intercept form. So 5 and negative 2 would be my x1 and y1, and negative 3 is my m. So now I go ahead and substitute. Now when I do the left side of the equation, I get y minus negative 2. Now you could write y minus negative 2 here, but I'm going to recommend just go ahead and simplify it to y plus 2. Equals negative 3 times x minus 5. So using the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. One more step to get y by itself, and that would be to subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. And I get y equals negative 3x plus 13. Number 4, we're given a line, and we're trying to write the equation of a line parallel to it that goes through the point negative 211. Parallel lines have the same slope. So we see that this equation has a slope of 5/2. So the slope of the equation we're looking for also has a slope of 5/2. And it goes to the point negative 211. So this becomes my x1, 11 is my y1, and once again, I'm going to use point-slope form. So y minus 11 equals 5/2 times, okay, x1 is negative 2, so rather than writing x minus negative 2, I'm going to write x plus 2. distributive property. 5/2 times x is 5/2 x. 5/2 times 2 is 5. So I'm going to add 11 to both sides. Y equals 5/2 x plus 16. Number 5, instead of looking for the equation of a line parallel, it's for a line perpendicular. So remember that perpendicular slopes multiply to -1, and they're opposite reciprocals of each other. So the slope of this line is 3/4. So if I take the reciprocal, I get 4/3, and to make it opposite, I change the sign to negative. So the slope of the line we're looking for is -4/3, and it does go through the point -6, 2. So we get y minus 2 equals -4/3 times, well, we got that -6 there, so this is going to be x plus 6. -4/3 times x is -4/3 x. -4/3 times 6 is -8. We add 2 to both sides. Y equals -4/3 x minus 6. And that concludes Unit 4.